She's the world's highest paid actress since 2018. She is Scarlett! And since the 1980s, Michael J. Fox has been trying to get back to her opponent. He is Future! Actually, he's potentially a cheeser. We've got an SCV out on the map that's looking a little sus here. This is too early for scouting. And if I'm not mistaken, this SCV has a buddy. Yes, he does. Scarlett's about to appreciate the finer points of the double Rax rush. And Scarlett's going hatch first. That's going to make this that much more difficult. This game is part of an elimination series. It's the lower bracket of the North American playoffs. This is about as cutthroat as it gets. Both players are fighting for their lives after being sent down by Protoss opponents. Future's just decided to put the last of his chips into the center of the table. He's making it a triple Rax rush. Scarlett's Overlord is just gonna miss it. Early detection can be so advantageous. Oh, but she has a second Overlord. This one's on the right path. She's gonna get it. She's got that critical early warning. She might not wind up knowing it's a triple, but even knowing it's a double Rax rush is enough information. She can't make her pool go any faster at this point, but she'll know units are the priority. Drones will have to take a back seat. She's already stashing cash. But 2 Marines are already in production. The original Raxes are done. Marine number 1 is out, and it's go, go, go! 2 SCVs joining them. We are almost certainly going to see a bunker, maybe 2. Hatch pops, it's going to be followed by the pool. What's she making? 2 queens and a roach warren. And 2 zerglings. Those bunkers are likely to complete. The hatch is also likely forfeit. Scarlett just wants to get that queen out first if she can. Future is pumping Marines 3 at a time. Scarlett is going to be able to detect the Ravagers though. Her roach warren is halfway done. Those lings cannot get anything done. The best they can hope for is to distract the Marines and give the hatch a little more time. It's already in the yellow. They can also prevent the Marines from sprinting up the ramp. I suppose that's important too. The bunkers are done. The second one is in range of the hatch. Remember, Marines magically get +1 to the range when they go inside a bunker. 2 queens are out, 3 roaches in production. It's no longer safe for Marines to be unbunkered. Future's 2 SCVs hiding in the back for repair purposes are going to be critical to this operation. Is Scarlett going to try to muscle this with roaches, or is she going to go for Ravagers? Oh, she's going to try to pick off an unbunkered Marine. No dice. Hatch goes down. Scarlett elects for patience. She does not attack during the Broodling assault. She's morphing 2 Ravagers. That's a huge gas investment for Scarlett. But Zerg's tech just leapt miles ahead of the Terran. Oh, good dodges. Future cannot lose those SCVs. Once he does, his rush is over. He is still cranking Marines 3 at a time, and they are starting to bulk up. He's going for it. He's got 12 Marines to wield. Oh, critical transfuses on the Queen. The Marines do not get the damage they need. They're all deep in the red. They run back to the bunkers. As soon as Scarlett saw the proxy Rax, she made a second gas. With 6 workers on gas, she can afford to keep increasing her Ravager count. Future's added a 3rd SCV to keep pace on repairs. It's going to be firepower versus repair power. Zerg is going to be contained until they can win that. Oh, Future's building triple tech lab on his proxies. He's got a twist for us, people. He's thinking stim combat shield and maybe concussive shells. He's also gassing hard. It's Marauders. Future's making Marauders. He starts up concussive shells. He is transitioning the nature of his rush. Wouldn't it be cool if units produced faster if they were in an acceleration zone? That would totally add another dimension to strategy. Oh, Scarlett's had enough. She's going to try to overpower the Terran position. She's killing the SCVs. She gets the bunkers. But her army's been weakened. Future cuts down the Ravagers. The Marauders are not yet here. Scarlett plants a new base at her natural. She does not have the units to counterattack. Future's pulling back with his Marauders. Concussive Shells is just finishing up. Scarlett does not know about the switch. Terran has one more surprise in store for her. She finds it. That Ravager's gonna pay for the information with his life. Oh, look at this. Scarlett's gonna take a third. She is clearly confident with her position. You see Marauder rushes against Protoss all the time, but not so much against Zerg. Scarlett is still making roaches. That is what Future is banking on. But does he have enough to punch through these queens? He's rotating his Marauders, and they are making the difference. Scarlett has a 10-worker lead, but she is down on army. Her last queen is under assault. She does have 4 roaches in production. She pulls her drones to delay the Marauders. It's working. Future has to pull back. Oh, this is such a wonky game. I love it. Marauders do that extra damage against armored roaches, but Scarlett's got 5 of them on the way. Roaches have a hatch time of 19 seconds. Future can only make 3 Marauders at a time, and they take 21 seconds. Future's gonna try to add stim. If he can get that, it's gonna make his Marauders that much more evil. And he's pulling the boys. 13 of his 18 workers are coming to reinforce. That's a lot of screening hit points. Future is faking a retreat, but that is giving Scarlett time to add to her Ravager count. Marauders outrange roaches. They do not outrange Ravagers. They're equal, both with a range of 6. The SCV train is here. The Marauders are gonna come. They're a little too eager. Those SCVs need to be in front. They're trying to push their way past the Marauders. Hey, we have VIP tickets. Oh, but Scarlett's adding Lings into her composition. That is bad news for Future. Even without Ling speed, they are problems for Marauders. So is that line of Ravagers. Scarlett has pulled the girls to counter the boys. All 13 SCVs have melted away. It's GG! Future concedes. His rush has failed. And that was a fun little skirmish. Okay, I love it when I see something new. And a Marauder rush transition against Zerg early game is something I don't know if I've seen before. So props to Future for that. Marauders are great against Stalkers, and with concussive shells, they can cause real problems for Zealots without the leg upgrade. So I get why we see them used in rushes against Protoss. Future asks the question, why not against Zerg? Scarlett kind of tells us the answer. So as a starting point, Future's thinking makes a lot of sense. Scarlett's building roaches. Marauders eat roaches for breakfast. Bonus damage against armor, and they outrange them? Yes, please, I'll take that. And they're at least as good as Marines against Ravagers and Queens, which is the balance of Scarlett's army. Their higher damage punch lets them get the kills they need with fewer units to micro. I like it. But this is clearly a case of building to your opponent's current composition without regard to what their next composition will be, something that is much easier said than done. Scarlett goes back to Lings, and it's over. Marauders overkill Lings. Every time a Ling absorbs a shot from Marauder, it's good news for the Zerg. They suck up those shots with minimal investment. 25 minerals, acting as a cheap screen for the Ravagers. And without micro, the Marauder will priority target the Lings that are on top of them. This is sort of like how we learned Mutas are great against Void Rays, but Zerg gets killed anyway when the Protoss player with 4 Stargates just transitions to Phoenix. Composition isn't just what your opponent has, but what they reasonably will have. I guess you could say you have to look to the future. See what I did there? You can groan now. But what if Future balanced out his Marauders with more Marines, had them both? Marines are pretty solid against Lings without the speed upgrade, though we are talking about unupgraded Marines at this point here. I'd love to see more experimentation. Overall, fun game. Thanks for letting me soapbox, guys. Happy Turkey Day. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out. To continue your Starcraft journey, Nova advises you to click the video in the upper rectangle. But Kerrigan warns you to watch your 6 and click the video in the bottom rectangle. Or you can stimpack your Starcraft experience. Subscribe to Zugzwang Starcraft. Just hit the circle. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out.